What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are hitting shoulders, but before we do that, I want to do a couple quick announcements. Obviously subscribe, like this video, comment below, but also go ahead and check out my free school community down in the description. This is a community that I built for Christian individuals like myself, where you guys can connect with me, connect with other guys, connect with other guys and girls. Really, we're just talking about anything, workouts, our faith, Bible verses, anything it may be that comes up that day. I have prompts that I send out to kind of fuel conversation, but it's really open for any discussion. So go check that out. Also go check out my brand Synchrist, which is a vintage Christian clothing company. The link for that is also down below. But today I wanted to start the video. First off, I'm eating my pre-workout yogurt, berries, and a little bit of cereal. But I wanted to start the day out by reading you guys something from my devotional. I read this yesterday and I thought it would be really good to tell you guys. So here is what it is. So there's kind of a little bit of a backstory, and then it kind of ties into a story from the Bible. Bristol cone pines are the world's oldest living trees, some estimated to be 3,000 to 4,000 years old. In 1957, Edmund Schulman found one that he named Methuselah. It was nearly 5,000 years old. It was an old tree when the Egyptians were building the pyramids. Bristol cones grow atop the mountains of the western United States at elevations of 10,000 to 11,000 feet. They've survived some of the hardest living conditions on Earth: Arctic temperatures, fierce winds, thin air, and little rainfall. Their brutal environment is one of the reasons they have survived. Hardship has produced extraordinary strength and staying power. Paul taught that perseverance teaches character. Romans 5:3-4 shows us that adversity is part of the process God uses to produce good results in our lives. It leaves us dependent on Him. So we should pray not just from relief of our affliction, but also for the grace to turn it into greater openness to God and His will. Then we can be at peace in the place where God has planted us. So I think what I like most about this, and I posted a reel about this yesterday as well, is we often pray for a better life. We often pray for, that dream life that we've always wanted, or to achieve those goals, or to, ask for His guidance in certain areas. But then we tend to get upset when adversity comes or obstacles come our way. And we really don't think about it, but you can't become that best person that you want to become. You can't achieve those goals that you want to achieve unless you have these roadblocks or adversity along the way to make you into that person or to make you achieve those goals. So if anything, I guess the message for you to take away from today is that you're going to face adversity. That's all a part of the plan, and you should be excited and just face it like head on and know that this is a part of the plan. You prayed for this. This is a part of the process that is going to lead you to the life that God has wanted you to live. So just trust the process, enjoy your life, lift heavy weights, attack each day, one day at a time, and let's go ahead and dive into the workout. I'm gonna finish eating my yogurt and we'll get into the gym. All right, going to the gym now. Actually, almost there. Currently sipping on Pump Surge by Legion Athletics, code Riley. Link is down in the description for crazy pumps, especially when you're on the cut. You still want to get a ridiculous pump, Pump Surge. And if you're on the bulk and you want to feel like your arms are going to explode because the pump is so insane, Pump Surge, code Riley. Anyway, we are about to hit shoulders, so the layout of today's shoulders we will go over in a second, but I want to explain to you guys that shoulders are, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people would say the same thing, are one of the most aesthetic muscle groups that you can develop. When you have super round developed shoulders, or you have an individual who just naturally has really good shoulder genetics, it is aesthetically pleasing. That's why, you kind of see skinnier guys, skinnier models, let's say like an Abercrombie and Fitch model, who may be skinny, but besides that, he's got maybe really good shoulders or maybe like a solid chest. But overall, he has that big, broad look and then a small waist. And that's what shoulders create. When you have super round or super broad shoulders and then a small waist, that's aesthetically pleasing. And I think people understand, like, you need to have a big chest. Big chest is awesome, and it's pretty easy to build a big chest. Not many people go wrong with what movements they're doing on chest, but for shoulders, one, I don't think people really understand how much they contribute to an aesthetic physique, and then two, I don't think they understand what they should be training. And a lot of people will go and do shoulder press. A majority of their workout, or the beginning of their workout, will be devoted to just shoulder pressing. which shoulder press is awesome. It's a great compound movement for your shoulders if done correctly. But the biggest thing you guys need to be doing, and what I have done in recent years, which really took my physique to the next level, really took me to the physique where I started getting steroid accusations and things like that, was when I started spamming side raises. Absolutely spamming them. Now, I train shoulders 1 day a week, a devoted 1 day a week, and then I also will throw them in, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 more times throughout the week. And that's not like a bunch of sets. You know, maybe I throw in 3 sets of side raises after my chest day, and maybe I throw in 6 sets on the weekend at some point. But my emphasis here is side raises are so important. Like when you're looking at someone, right, you want to hit this side delt, so what you're working towards is having that big, broad, like round cap. And a lot of people do shoulder press, and that's not necessarily working your side delt. I mean, it is, but it's not the most optimal thing that you could be doing for it. So my biggest real life example of this, and we'll go ahead and get in here after this, is there's actually multiple cases of this, every bodybuilder really, but if you think about the Trent twins, or you think about Sam Sulek, when they are on their bulk, if you saw them on their bulk in person with their shirt off, you'd still think they were freaky. You're not looking at their stomach. If you look at any other normal guy on their bulk, they probably don't look that good. But because Sam Sulek and because the Trent twins, now, yes, they probably are enhanced, but because their chest and shoulders are so dominant, so overwhelming, you don't look at their stomach. So either way, you're just like, dude, that guy looks freaky. And that was kind of when I realized that, like, dude, okay, I just need to focus more on chest and shoulders because that's what draws the eye. As much as you might not want to admit it, when you look at a guy, I think the first thing you look at, right, is his face and then kind of like this upper region of his body. And this upper region is kind of a good tell of if they train, if they work out, if they kind of take care of themselves. So having super developed shoulders and chest, kind of that superhero upper body look, is really aesthetically pleasing. But besides all that craziness, let's go ahead and get in here. We're going to spam out side raises and kind of show you guys the ropes. This pump's going to be freaky. I can already feel it. I had roosters last night for dinner, along with some pump surge. Ooh. All right, so we weren't able to get the rear delt fly machine, but we're actually doing just this, normal chest supported rear delt flies with the dumbbells. What I even think about with these is I haven't done these in a while, and I like them because you can not only do a normal reverse fly, but you can also, once you get really fatigued here, you can come more down towards your hip and get a couple more reps that way. And then you can also go into kind of like a high row. So I feel like with each of those movements, there's like limiting factors from other muscle groups, but when you combine all three, you can really target those rear delts probably more efficiently than you could if you did like the reverse pec deck machine. I think just with these, it's a little tough because at the top, it's really hard to pause, whereas on the pec deck machine, you can kind of stop and squeeze, but these feel really good.
Squeezing now at the back. Still hits.
Yep. Okay, so I ended up doing 5 sets of those rear delt, chest supported rear delt flies, and I was gonna come and do 3 more reverse pec deck, but it was taken again, so just moved straight to side raises. Maybe we'll go back and do, finish the workout up with the rear delt with the pec deck. But right now, we worked our way down, started at 35s. With side raises, it's kind of hard to overload. It's hard to kind of go up and wait. So sometimes I try to start a little heavier each workout and then slowly work down. So I just started with 35s. They really didn't it really wasn't a good burning set, but kind of more of a get my body used to heavier weight sort of deal, just for a couple sets, and then we slowly work down to, these are 20s now, and these feel really good, really able to kind of just slow it down and feel the burn. And that's honestly the biggest thing with side raises. If you can even stop and pause, the better. Being able to go slow, feel the burn, and pull through those elbows, that's where it's at. So we're gonna do 4 more sets here, move on to shoulder press, probably come back to these, and then finish with rear delts. All right, so on these, not super heavy at all. I guess it's heavy enough, right? But we have the seat all the way down, so we're not really having to crank down and in to get underneath this thing. Got the weight kind of right at the bottom of our movement. We're not locking all the way out. I'm kind of just doing these, like I said earlier, it's kind of like a break in between, the side raises, but also to kind of take some time to fill the shoulder up with as much blood as we can. So I'm really locking out to just right before full extension with those triceps. If anything, it's almost better for your shoulders because at the top, your triceps are locking out, right? So if I do 12 reps where I'm locking all the way out, my triceps are probably gonna fatigue out before my shoulders. So if I can eliminate that and just kind of stay in that range where my shoulders are activated, I think that's probably better. So go a little lighter, stay in that sweet spot, and really just fill these up with some blood right now.
I was waiting here for 9. I don't know. You're good. They have all sorts of. Where do you go? No, I just get it online. Yeah. Through who? Yeah, it's through I've never taken that. I usually never have a problem getting up from my.
So that's gonna wrap up the shoulder day lift. I had to scramble on out of there. I really got to get better at giving myself some more time to work out. I typically try to edit and get kind of I guess you could say my work over with during the day and then hit my lift after, but I should probably, especially with the whole YouTube setup, I should probably go hit the lift and then be able to vlog the rest of the day for you guys. But anyway, we wrapped up with those rear delt flies on the cables actually, finished with some more side raises, and that's that. There's nothing too crazy about shoulders. Side raises, rear delt, flies, or face pulls, and then a shoulder press if you want to do a shoulder press. Like always though, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Please comment down below, what is your opinion on shoulders, or what muscle group do you think is the most aesthetic? Because my opinion is it's the shoulders, and those are a very important muscle group. But go ahead and join the free school community down in the link below if you're a Christian lifter. And also check out Synchrist and Legion Athletics. But most importantly, remember to love God, lift weights, and live life. We'll see you guys next time.